I have an idea. Today I'm going to recycle my paper. Hi everyone! Today we are going to recycle our unused paper. The most essential thing you will need are a paper recycling lab kit and your unused paper. Before getting started, let's talk a bit about paper making. Paper is composed of cellulose fibers. These fibers nowadays are mainly taken from trees. Trees are cut down and then the woods which contain fibers will be beaten into pulp. This process uses a lot of water. In the factory, the pulp is added with many chemicals to improve its qualities. But if they are not taken care of properly, some may pollute our environment. After the pulp is treated with many chemicals, the pulp is pressed into thin layers of paper using machines. Now, doing simple paper recycling at home may help our environment. We can reduce the amount of paper being thrown away and the new papers that we consume. It means we can reduce the number of trees getting cut down and the chemicals that may pollute our environment. Additionally, recycling paper gives the paper a new artsy look. Now, let's get started! In the pulping phase, firstly, we'll need a piece of A4 size paper, a container, and a blender. The paper is not provided in the kit, so use your own unused paper. Fill the container with water beforehand and rip the paper and dip it into the water. Let the paper soak for around 5 minutes. Continue to rip the paper before putting it in the blender. The smaller the pieces are, the easier it will be to turn it to pulp. Be very careful when using the blender. You don't need to touch the blade. All you need to do is to pull and release. The pulp may get stuck at first, but it should work smoothly after a while. If it remains stuck, remove some paper with a spoon first. You can add more pieces of paper into the blender and continue blending all the pieces. But make sure the blender can hold them all. Next, strain the pulp to reduce the water. Then, transfer the pulp to a container. Next phase is adding additives. Add 3 or 4 spoons of cornstarch into the pulp and mix by hand. You can also give color to the paper now by adding 2 or 3 drops of food colorant if you want. Now it is time to make the paper. Assemble the gutter and mold and deckle on the container set. Choose the mold you want. Then pour the pulp within the mold and use spoon to spread the pulp throughout the mold. We want to make a layer of paper here, so we don't need it to be too thick. You can always spoon back some of the pulp if you think it is too thick. Set your monil cloth on a flat surface. The flat surface is not provided in the kit, but you can put it on top of a table, or on the floor, or on another thing, as long as it has flat and hard surface. Now take out the mold and deckle from the gutter and container set before removing the mold. The next step must be done carefully. Flick down the deckle carefully onto the monil cloth. Sponge water out of the paper from the back of the deckle. Repeat this 2 or 3 times until the paper is drier than before. Then remove the deckle carefully. The paper should stay on the monil cloth. After successfully removing the deckle, put another monil cloth and flannel cloth on top of the paper and press. Next, remove the flannel. Put the monil paper monil sandwich under the sun to dry. Or you can also dry indoor, but it may take longer time to dry. But don't worry, it will also work. Now, all the paper making process is done. Yay! When the paper is dry, the last step is to coat the paper. We will use gelatin powder mixed with hot water to make gelatin solution. Add 1 spoon of gelatin and fill the cup with 10 ml water. Be careful of hot water and please let your parent assist you. Note, the gelatin may clump a bit, but it is okay. No need to worry because it will still work. You just need to mix it thoroughly with spoon for a little longer. If the gelatin solution is done, brush the gelatin solution onto the paper thoroughly. Lastly, let it dry again. After that, you can use your paper. Wow, you did it all! Congratulations! Reduce, reuse, recycle, and return to Earth. You have helped the Earth by reducing the paper waste.